KZMB All Zombie Radio.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Limited Series Lounge, a show in which we talk about limited series. And this week, first off, let me just start with an apology because yikes. I missed last week's recording. I had a work training and then I ended up going to a pool. So that was part of the work training. What? And then I don't know, really wanted Arby's. Said no one ever, and then that was really not good. So what a waste of my time that was. And I came home and I sat on the sofa and I watched something with my husband and I was like, all's good here. And I didn't realize until Monday, maybe of this week, that I'd forgotten about Friday. And so for that, I apologize if you were here and waiting. I'm so sorry. I did also post an apology in the community tab on YouTube. So, if you follow along and you hit that notification bell, you'll get the updates. Or you can go ahead and follow me at ko-fi.com/Punky Bruiseter. It's right up there on the screen. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And you can go there. And I also update there. And I did also apologize there. Because what a mess that was. Where's Takira, you may be asking yourself? I don't know. Maybe at work, probably. Or asleep. She works long shifts. Yeah, I didn't message her the link until today. So that's on me. My bad. Now, let's get into this. Episode 5 of the what? That can't be right. Well, that's weird. That's not at all what I pulled up. But sure, of The Walking Dead. Why not? My dog is also sneezing repeatedly. I apologize. Yikes. What a sound. What a sound. Anyway, episode 5 of The Jinx, season 1, entitled Family Values, originally aired on March 8th of 2015. And the ratings were on their way up, my friends. The ratings was 0.446. Again, directed by Andrew Jarecki because he did the whole shebang, and written by Andrew Jarecki, Mark Smerling, and Zach Stewart Pontier, as every episode is. Yeah. Oh, snap. We thought she was asleep or at work, and she's not. She's here, and she's joining the live. And okay. And she's got a weird situation happening. She's getting set up. Okay. Well, while Takira is doing that, what I'll go ahead and do, apparently my my trial to Vulture magazine reset. And we can now come back to Esther Bloom's articles about the Jinx, which we will do. So for this episode of The Jinx, Esther Bloom wrote a article entitled The 3 Most Interesting Revelations from The Jinx, episode 5. This was originally published March 9th, 2015. After, okay, that was weird. After the original airing, the day after the original airing. Now, obviously, on all of these, they've republished it to coincide with the Jinx Part 2. So there's like there's no update component, but just know that it was published twice. All right. The penultimate episode, Family Values, begins with an assembled litany of shocked reactions in New York to Durst's acquittal in Texas, as detailed in episode 4. Jon Stewart made fun of the verdict. So did the Times and the Post. When was the last time they agreed on anything? Period. Still valid. Fred Armisen played Durst on SNL. He's pretty good, though insufficiently twitchy. Nothing happens the way it's supposed to happen when it comes to Bobby Durst, as one of Kathy's friends resigned. Part of that has to do with the Durst family, who maintain a quote unquote Berlin Wall of silence around the subject. As Bob's nephew puts it, the police have no interviews with any Durst family members in the original case files, and the older generation, including Kathy's father in law, made no attempt to either reach out to Kathy's distraught family or to try to find her. That leads us to our first major realization of the episode. One, Bob's family acted as though Bob was guilty from the start, and though no one seems to have liked him, and his brother Douglas was actively afraid of him, no one turned him in either. When Bob's nephew tried to get some questions answered within his own family, he had to undergo the equivalent of settlement negotiations. Ultimately, he was allowed to approach his uncle Douglas with 3 questions and no follow ups. Question 1: what are your memories of Aunt Kathy? Answer: my memories are my memories, which is an insane answer, but fine. Question 2: did you see the movie All Good Things? And do you know they're making a documentary? Answer: no. Question 3: do you think the Westchester DA will reopen the case? Answer: I have no knowledge of the Westchester's DA's office. Jarecki tries to track down Douglas and speak with him about the documentary and is stonewalled as well. When he calls, a spokesman tells Jarecki that, quote, Douglas has no interest in speaking with you, end quote. Finally, Jarecki goes to a dinner in Douglas's honor where a speaker declares, quote, Douglas Durst is the patriarch of the Dursts. The Dursts are a symbol nationally of family values, accomplishment, and success, end quote. Really? As Jarecki sums it up later, quote, it's as if Doug has become the oldest son of the Durst family. Must be very strange for Bob to not exist, end quote. After the dinner, Jarecki manages to shake Douglas's hand and get 2 minutes of FaceTime, during which he makes this case. The film is getting made. Douglas is a character, and Jarecki would very much appreciate getting Douglas on tape. Douglas is not thrilled, but does not immediately instruct Smithers to release the hounds. Douglas continues to send security minions to follow Jarecki, Bob, and the crew as they walk around Manhattan. They wind up at Douglas's Manhattan townhouse. Quote, I want you to photograph me in front of Douglas's house, says Bob, now that I know it's Douglas's house, end quote. One almost expects him to unzip his pants and piss on the fence, the way Frank Underwood paid homage to his father's gravestone in the season 3 premiere of House of Cards. Wow, what a dated reference. I also forgot that actively at this time, House of Cards was huge. And Kevin Spacey was still a beloved Hollywood icon.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say his North Carolina accent, spot on. So good. Because he had a North Carolina accent in House of Cards. It was so good. Anyway, that has not aged well. Kevin Spacey is no longer a Hollywood icon. And as it turns out, never really was. Well, he was, but we just didn't know he was actually a creep. He doesn't. Perhaps he is merely remembering back to the time when, while on the lam, he drove to Douglas's Westchester house with 2 guns in the car. No wonder these brothers do not get along. But if Douglas is really scared of Bob, why close ranks? Why not help him, put him behind bars? 2, the family hired a PI back in 1982 who discovered some unsettling facts about Kathy's disappearance. Bob insists that his criminal defense attorney, a man he hired during the initial investigation, quote, was my lawyer, but he was supposed to find Kathy Durst. If he could find Kathy Durst, there'd be no accusations, end quote. The lawyer brought in a private eye. His report from 1982 was confidential. The filmmakers managed to get a copy anyway, which I have so many questions about. The music at this point goes from ominous to downright creepy. The report highlights what it calls discrepancies, such as the fact that Bob changed his story regarding the place from which he called Kathy. In one version, he called her from the South Salem house. In another, he called her from a restaurant. Later still, he would call her from a payphone while walking the dog. Similarly, the PI uncovers that Kathy's doorman, the sole witness who supposedly placed Kathy in Manhattan, never said he saw Kathy enter the building. Shortly after this report, the PI and the Dursts agree to go their separate ways. The PI refuses to say more now. One could conclude he has been paid well for his silence. Naturally, the Durst family never offered to share any of the information gathered by the investigator. That's okay, though, because if this show is any indication, the police wouldn't have done anything useful with the material anyway. 3. According to evidence discovered by the lawmakers after about 5 minutes of looking, which the LAPD never found, it seems pretty clear that Bob was involved in the murder of Susan Berman, who once wrote for New York Magazine. When Bob suspected that the Westchester DA's office was going to reopen the case in 2000, he bought a $77,000 engagement ring and proposed to his then girlfriend, Deborah Lee Sheraton. I don't remember how they pronounced it. It doesn't matter. She's kind of nutty. Once she accepted, he gave her power of attorney. Quote, a lot of people believe Debbie knows Bob's secrets, whatever they may be, end quote, someone muses. Because of spousal privilege, however, Deborah cannot be compelled to testify against him. Then Bob disappeared for a while, even though Deborah and Bob were newlyweds that Christmas when Susan Berman was killed. Deborah claims she doesn't know where he was. Spoiler alert, he was in California. Quote, I've never been able to put Bobby in Los Angeles at the time of the murder, says one detective. I could put him in California, end quote. California is a big state, Bob says with a smirk. He wipes his mouth, and the smirk is gone. Seriously, where's Veronica Mars when you need her? She could have closed this case years ago. What is with these references? Oh my goodness. House of Cards and Veronica Mars in one article. Bob went out to Northern California, quote, sometime close, end quote, to Susan's murder. He got his car out of the long-term parking lot on December 19th. Next, the police traced him via calls made on payphones to a town 80 to 90 miles south towards LA. His phone was turned off and he remained off the map for a few days until he reappeared in San Francisco on the 23rd to fly back to the East Coast. Susan's body was discovered the next day. Among Susan's belongings is a letter to her from Bob from the previous March. The distinctive blocky handwriting looks identical to that of the cadaver note received by the Beverly Hills Police Department directly after Susan's murder. And more, Beverly is misspelled in the same way it is misspelled in that letter. It seems very clear that Bob is the one who alerted the police to Susan's murder, and reasonably clear that he is guilty of the crime. The filmmakers decide to confront Bob to get his immediate reaction to this hugely important piece of evidence on camera, rather than go straight to the cops. That's their plan for the next and final episode of the series. Thank you, Esther Bloom, for a very thorough article. Heather, why, hello.
Hello.
Thank you for being here. I need to know, Kira, how you're feeling after this one. This was a doozy.
I cheated. I didn't a week.
You are cutting in and out so badly.
Oh,
I know. Do you have the mic covered?
oh, sorry. Can you
Okay.
hear me better now?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
So I was like, so what am I gonna say for this week? So this week I said I'm gonna demonstrate um Richie's process because he watches all of the crap with me.
Sure, yeah.
So this was him episode 1.
Casually interested.
Yeah.
Just
And
there.
then episode 2, he was like, what? What? Then episode 3, he was like, so he really think we gonna believe.
Yeah.
So then episode 4, he was like, he did what? Another one? Oh my goodness. So then we watched episode 5 full commentary. Full commentary.
I'm sure there's a lot to say about Bob Durst. There's a lot to say
It
about
was
Bob
a
Durst.
gradual, like, I'm not even going to pay attention, to, wait, what's going on now? To, this guy is ridiculous. To now, an opinion
He's
about
full in.
everything. Yeah,
He's
full
full
in.
in. I mean, Richie's giving like classic husband energy in that. I'm not gonna watch whatever stupid show you're watching.
Right.
So well, good. I'm glad he's involved because it's good. It's a good one. And as crazy as this episode is, the next and last one is crazier.
Listen, so I had to separate my brain because, like, I was like, oh, it's week 6. Let me watch this.
Did you end up watching the 6th episode?
So I ended up watching the 6th episode.
Oh no. Okay.
But I have it separated in my head of what happened when.
Okay.
So this
I've been
one
waiting
really-
for you to find out about what happens. I mean, I know that it's crazy. So you're going to be like bubbling over with just crazy emotions to share because it's insane.
Yeah, I have to go back to episode 5.
Yes, hard stop at the safe deposit
Hard stop.
box.
Yes. I was like, so he really is this stupid.
He's an idiot. It's so weird because like I don't know. Maybe this is just like this is probably just my viewpoint as a poor. Maybe you can back me up on this, Kara. As a poor person and someone who grew up poor and is currently like not poor, but I'm not well off either. I don't have much money. I grew up thinking that people who were well educated because they were rich like were naturally like smarter.
Yes.
I don't know why. That's really naive, honestly, on my part to think like we have money, so clearly your brain developed better. It's not true, and he's a very clear example of this. He has a nice vocabulary, but his decisions and his actions are so unwell. I mean, the Wegman sandwich. Do I even need to say more? Like that right there is enough for me to be like, something is wrong.
2 big things
with this guy.
With this guy really made me be like, he cannot this can't be reality. The Wegman sandwich.
The Wegman sandwich.
And Beverly. I was like, he can't possibly be this much of an idiot.
I know. Well, and so entitled that he assumes that he's right. Not once, but twice.
And I'm cracking up because he tried to change his handwriting and it still looked exactly the same.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
like, you can see slight differences.
It's
right?
the same.
It's the same.
It's literally the same. And what's crazier is like, remember in like the second or third episode, I pulled up both notes, the old note from years previous to the new note. And his handwriting had changed. Because our handwriting does change over time, right? Like I write in all caps now. I didn't used to. Before I went to school for interior design and had to learn how to do like handwriting on block, like floor plans, like block lettering, I didn't write in all caps. That was not something I did. I had like a very like swoopy, swirly handwriting.
So I tried to have like a full-on conversation about handwriting today because Richie was like also pointing out the handwriting being the same and he's stupid, and how, it's really easy to pick out someone's handwriting, especially like the longer you've been writing. Yeah. I said, and this is another thing, like, you kind of assume rich people have fancy handwriting.
His handwriting is horrible.
His handwriting sucks.
I mean, like the block lettering is very clear. I can read it, but like his handwriting from the to-do list where it was like Kathy's murder, like to-do list, is like, it's pretty illegible. It's not great. And that was written more like cursive. So that's interesting to me is like he too made the switch from like cursive swirly to block lettering.
Mhm.
So it's like interesting because that can happen as you get older. You can develop like different hand. I mean, I think of my handwriting in like middle school and high school and how different, because you like want to change the way that you write or whatever, like as you get older.
I remember like trying to kind of force myself to change certain things about my handwriting,
Yeah.
and like certain things stuck and then certain things didn't. But I still to this day, my handwriting is like a mixture of print and cursive. And I
Hmm.
did that on purpose. Like, I don't know, I had some class a long time ago where they teach you like to not let your handwriting be easily duplicated.
Sure. Yeah.
So like at times my capital T might be one way,
Hmm.
and then at times it's a completely it's so at times it's a cursive T, and then at times it's a print T.
Hmm.
Same with like R's and W's and M's and stuff like that. And then if I am writing in cursive, all the letters don't connect. Like I stop them. Like it's weird. Like I do this weird stuff with my handwriting that like they'd be like, "Oh, well, this isn't consistent."
No, but it's unique enough that
But it's
people would be able to pinpoint it as you. That's the
right.
thing. Like they say, handwriting is fairly recognizable in people, and even if you're trying to hide it, it's hard for you to hide.
Hmm.
Um, so it's interesting that this was so obviously the same handwriting. Um, okay, so I wanted to go through. There's really not many people introduced in this episode, but I did want to talk about the two people that are introduced in this episode, and I wanted to talk in particular about one of them. I'm not gonna read the article this week. I'm gonna read it next week because I don't want to spoil anything. So I want to wrap up the first season before we go into it. Um, but I wanted to talk about um so Robert Durst's nephew. Okay. His name is Evan Krieger. So I want to show you Evan Krieger so you remember him from the episode. Um if my computer will work. Okay, so this is Evan Krieger. Now I have an article pulled up that I'm just gonna save. Um, did it just switch screens that I was sharing? It should not have.
Mm-mm.
Okay, good. Okay, I have an article entitled "Jinxed: The Persecution of Evan Durst Krieger," um, written by Jim Gottstein. And I really would like to read about it next week. I think it's really important information to have, but there are a lot of people I felt really bad for in this episode, and Evan was one of them. Um, it's very clear that what happened did not sit well with him.
Hmm.
The article that I will read next week mentions that he has a lot of trauma from that situation happening because you can imagine he was a kid, and he had to deal with the fact that his uncle killed someone, and then like nobody cared in his
Yeah.
family. So anyway, he's got a lot of trauma. So I will read that next week, but a moment for Evan Krieger because I just feel really horrible that he had to go through what he went through. And money doesn't always buy happiness. Because what a miserable life to have to live. The other person I want to talk about is Elizabeth McCormick, Kathy's niece, because the resemblance is startling
Hmm.
when you see her on screen. So I'm just going to show a picture of Kathy and Robert again. Okay. And then I want to show Elizabeth because like they look so similar. It's insane. Okay. And then here is Elizabeth. I cannot get a better photo of her. This is the only photo that was coming up. Just stupid. Um, so Elizabeth was an infant when all of this occurred. Um, so it's not like she got to know her aunt, but she said looking back at photos of her is like I can't imagine how weird that is because they look so similar.
Hmm.
So to look back on photos of someone that you've never met and it's like they're wearing your face, and to have that taken away from you. You could have known her. That
Right.
could have been your aunt. You could have spent time with her, and all of that was taken away from you. And she just had some really nice things to say about how, like, if they could just get closure, like, they would be able to move on. Like, if the truth could just come out and they could know what happened to Kathy, they could move on as a family. And that's really all they want. And that because they didn't get that, that's why they're still talking about it. And that unfortunately, it did not bring her family any closer together. So that's it. Those are the two people that are introduced in this episode that we haven't seen before. I said I felt bad for several people. I felt bad for Evan. I felt bad for Elizabeth. And I felt bad for Syrup. Susan Berman's stepson. Because it's very obvious, just from the first glance at the letter that he finds in a box of Susan's stuff, that he calls, one of the people attached to the documentary to come and get Mark, I believe. Calls Mark to come get it. And gives him a letter and says, I found this. It's a letter from Bob Durst. And Mark looks at it and goes, this is the same exact handwriting
It's so obvious.
as the cadaver note.
It's
And the
so
second
obvious.
he says it, Sareb's face goes like, he looks so solemn and he starts to cry. He's like tearing up immediately. And he says, I've been dancing with the devil. And you can just tell that that's just weighing on him, because as much as he wanted to view Bob as a friend, he was young.
Mm-hmm.
Bob can be charismatic. And Bob also offered to pay for his college.
Mm-hmm.
And so he thought this guy was his friend and was taking care of him. And turns out he killed his mom. Didn't all take care of him. It's just horrible. It's just, it's so sad. I feel so bad for him. I cannot imagine how much that would weigh on your heart, knowing that you had taken money from the man who had murdered your mom.
It was like a silent payoff that
Yes,
he wasn't aware of.
he didn't know. Now, what I love about this is that although Syrup probably does feel that way and feels really horrible about this, he's the one to bring the evidence
Mm-hmm.
that finally cracks part of this open. And so I can only imagine Susan would just be so proud of him for doing that. So as sad as it is, I'm like, well, he did the right thing and he did it finally, even though it was too late or whatever you could
Yeah.
argue. He did do it. And so I don't know. I imagine she would be proud of it. I'm proud of him for bringing it forward.
Mm-hmm.
It made me happy to see, even though I felt horrible for him. I felt so bad that he had to go through all of this. Anyway, so yeah, let me see. I don't know that I have a ton else to talk about with this, because this was a pretty straightforward episode.
With the focus on like one primary
It's
thing, kind of.
one big thing.
Yeah.
One big thing. We do see for some other people that we have seen before. Obviously, we see Cody, one of the police officers that was involved in the investigation, and he just involved in the investigation down in Galveston. So the episode begins wrapping up the fact that Bob walked away scot-free from a murder that he committed in Galveston. He can never be tried for that again. So that's it. He just gets away with that.
Makes me so mad.
Yeah, it makes
Why
a
is
lot of people involved in it super angry.
why is David speaking Japanese?
Oh, he's in Japan. Hi,
Oh,
Dave.
hello,
Hi, Dave.
David.
I don't know what that says.
The weird thing is, I'm on Duolingo, so I'm noticing some characters that I recognize.
Well, I know some characters like Chi.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Ka. Yeah, I see some. Ra. Right. I know some. It's still in there from 8th grade, from the one semester. Thanks, Dave. I hope you're having fun abroad, traveling abroad. I'm jealous, actually, super jealous. Um, yeah. So, okay, so he gets off scot free, and Cody he states like, I just hope that he gets caught for something eventually, because at least then he'll get charged with something. So the thought is like maybe he could just get charged with something. At least he's killed now 3 people that we know of.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully one of them he will be caught for.
How many
Um,
people make you a cereal?
I would argue any more than 2. Right? I don't know what the official definition is, but
When I hear 3, my brain automatically says, okay, so they're a serial killer.
right? Okay, let's see. Don't okay, look, FBI. I'm doing this for the podcast. Like don't bother me. How many people do you have to kill? Oh god, it popped up immediately. That's concerning. To be classified as a serial killer, a person generally needs to have murdered 3 or more people, with the killings occurring over a period of time in separate events. The FBI and other experts define it this way, emphasizing a cooling off period between murders, indicating that they are not the result of a single isolated incident of rage, which is true. These were several incidents
Mm-hmm.
of rage. So, yeah. So, Kathy Durst, Susan Berman, Morris Black. There's your 3. Serial killer. Um, it's really hard to believe that this man was allowed to just walk around after this. As far as I know, he doesn't murder anybody else, so at least there's that. I guess. Um, he probably would murder his brother given the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And also, okay, so I have a question for you. I want to know your opinion. Does Douglas know?
Yes.
100%, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have no doubt in my mind that Douglas
Yeah.
knows. It's why he's afraid of him right away.
Mm-hmm. To me, it's the only thing that, like, 100% makes sense of why he is the way he is about him.
Yeah. Yeah. And Douglas really peed me off. I get it. I get it. I get it. Right? Like you've been chased around based on your crazy brother's antics
Yeah.
probably your whole life, at least since 82. I get why you want to separate yourself from him. I understand. Your whole family cut him out and said, "Forget it. That guy's nuts. I'm not going to deal with it." But you owe something to these people who have been
Mm-hmm.
murdered. You've covered up for your brother. Why are you working against them? They want to send him to prison. He'll be out of your hair forever.
Mm-hmm. Because that's where these stupid, like, rich people dynamics come in where, we're not going to actively.
We're trying to like protect their name or whatever,
Right.
their
Yeah.
reputation.
We're not going to help him actively tarnish our name, but we're also not going to, like, support his further
Mm-hmm.
actions or whatever. Like, they they think they're above it all and that
I
they
don't.
can make their own rules regarding, like, how to handle the situation, basically.
Well, the one thing that rubbed me wrong about Douglas, because like I don't know, it is the idiotic idea of protecting your family's name, which
Mm-hmm.
is dumb, because your brother's already ruined it 3 times over. He's ruined it, like
Mm-hmm.
actively, publicly. You're no everyone in your city knows your name, dude. They know the name Bob Durst. They know he's your brother. The damage is already done. It's been done. It's been done since 1982. And the fact that you're still in 2000 acting like this isn't, that it's not already ruined. I get it. Like you built a reputation for yourself as a person. Great. Good for you. I'm glad you're doing philanthropy. You should be. But why this? Like, why can't you just assist? Tell them what you know.
Put him where he belongs and be done.
Yeah. And then this is what I really don't understand. You're the hero then. That only further amplifies your reputation and your good name and makes you the good brother. And how did that happen that you came out so good and your brother was so bad? What a miraculous life you led, that you came out of the same living situation, but you ended up okay.
Even
why?
Even the family overall, like, do they not understand what the headlines would be if they assisted in putting him where he belongs and stopping him from?
I don't get it.
It makes no sense. Yeah.
It doesn't. It does not. So the one thing I didn't like the most was it was at the dinner when Jarecki tried to talk to him, and then he waited till Jarecki walked away, watched to see which way he was going, and went and got the security guy. That's what pissed me off the most. I was like, dude, just tell him. Just tell him. And this can all be over.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. And it's so, like, people get laughed at. Like, I've heard someone described as, like, they live their life as if they're in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just the way they move, the way they speak, certain things. Like, you could tell people that really overconsume certain things because it seeps into, I got Walking Dead everywhere.
Yeah.
Seeps into your life. And, oh God, I just kind of lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
Do you feel like Douglas feels like he lives in a movie?
Oh, so it's like, how can I put it into words? Feels, not that he, like, consciously feels like his life is a movie, but I feel like he feels like his life is a movie, if that makes sense.
Well, he definitely gives off that main character energy vibe in the most negative way. I mean that. In the most negative way. Yeah,
like people that consume media and then go, oh, that could be me. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh, we've met them.
Mm-hmm.
It happens when you're in a fandom actively. I think I could see that. I could see him being that way, and I think what solidifies that most, Akira, is the way that he acts with the security when they're walking around in Times Square. They're in Times Square. They don't own the whole of Times Square.
Right.
So to send your security forces out there to just walk around to ruin shots? Like, what's the purpose of this? It just looks childish. One. And then for the one of the security guards to be like, make sure you get my profile. You're disgusting.
Yeah.
What is this? Do you want to be in this? This is about a murder. Do you want to be in this documentary? I don't understand what you're doing.
See, it's like all of it is like scenes from a really ridiculous movie.
Yeah, well, there's no wonder Jarecki ended up making a movie
Right.
about part of the story because it's so insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, I don't have a ton else to say about the episode, so we could probably wrap this up a little bit early, but I am excited to go over next week's episode. I'm a little bit sad that you already watched it, but I'm glad that you saw it. I'm glad that you saw it. I'm glad you finally got to see it, but I didn't watch it. I should have. If I had, I'd be prepared and we could just roll right into it. I should have just done it, but I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready.
I think my brain just needed to keep it going. Like it had been a week since I watched episode
Well,
5.
to be fair, it ends on a real cliffhanger. It's hard to stop
Yeah.
there. I get it. I get it. Um, so I did want to mention what we will be covering after the first season of the Jinx, because we did land on something. And Takira and I did come up with a schedule. It's a little bit thrown off now, but it shouldn't matter. Actually, it should still work out perfectly, so it shouldn't be a problem. Um, because of the amount of episodes, and even though there was like a little
yeah.
pre-episode, it was going to be too short. So it'll still work out really well. So next week, same time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this channel. There you go. I'll show you that. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. And you can always support the channel if you want by going over to ko-fi.com/Punky Bruister, if you're so inclined. No pressure. And um, following that, so after next week's episode, we will do the final Jinx coverage. I'm hoping I can remember to go to Wegmans and get the chicken salad sandwich so I can also give you the real time review of is that sandwich worth it or not. And then the following week we will be heading into Over the Garden Wall.
I
Because
will be missing.
you'll be
I'll
missing
be
some.
in Salem on the 22nd.
Did you tell me already that you were going there? I'm so mad. I'm so jealous. That's right. We did talk about it because I talked about you're going kind of at like the perfect time before it gets insanely busy. Yeah, you're going at a good time. I'm very jealous. So I will be covering Over the Garden Wall. So I'll start it, and Takira will come back and we'll roll in. But we're going to be covering that. It was actually suggested by a random viewer. Random viewer, if you're still around, we took your suggestion and we're going to go with it. So maybe you'll show up again. But yeah, we're going to do Over the Garden Wall because it's a little bit spooky and we're heading into spooky season. And also, I'm going to throw something out there, and if you're watching this, throw it in a comment if you want it. I'm actively watching Wednesday right now.
Oh, I need to watch Wednesday.
And I would happily talk about Wednesday. Maybe on Wednesdays. I don't know. But I would happily talk about it. So if that's something you're interested in, go ahead and comment below that you're interested in it. Because I would consider it. It's a very interesting show. I really like it. India, hi.
Hey.
It's a really interesting show.
We should have done the Institute. And I know that's not really like what we do.
Yeah.
But no one's doing it.
I know. I'm surprised by that. Actually, I haven't seen a lot about it online. I think it's because it's on MGM Plus.
Yeah.
And it's like yet another subscription service.
Yeah.
So
I watch from like a psychopath, so I've never canceled my MGM subscription.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've been taking it very slow, India, because I don't want to burn through it. So I've been just watching one episode every day. And so I'm only on episode 3. I'm watching tonight. I'm very excited.
I need to catch up. I haven't watched.
I didn't watch. I just watched season 1 recently. A lot of people were like, "You didn't watch it?" That's like very much. It's like on brand for me to watch something like Wednesday, and I do love the Addams Family, like wholeheartedly. Huge fan of Christina Ricci's Wednesday.
Me too.
Definitely, she was like my idol when I was a kid. Huge fan, and so it was surprising that I hadn't watched it. But you want to know why? It's because I was boycotting Netflix due to their extremely high prices and the fact that I couldn't share it.
Is that why I didn't watch? Because we just watched Wednesday. Maybe not 2025, but definitely 2024, like the end. We just watched Wednesday. It wasn't that long ago. Like it definitely wasn't when all the hype was going on because I didn't have Netflix at the time.
Okay. All right. We got a couple questions. So here we go. India's here. She just finished watching season 2 of Wednesday, and she said it's more spooky than season 1. Is Tim Burton? Yes, that's true. I used to love Tim Burton so much. I was such a Tim Burton like girl in high school, and I don't know what it is about getting older. I do not care as much about him as I used to. I don't know why. Anyway, um Heather also loves Wednesday, and she wants to know, where do I watch the Garden Wall show? And that's really interesting because the last time I watched it, it was when it was on, and I had it recorded on my DVR, which I no longer have. This was years ago. It looks like it's on Hulu. I'm gonna double check before we get off so that you make sure to know where it's at. Let's see. Oh, okay. That's maybe not going to work. Shoot, hold on. I'll do it. I just have to log into Hulu. I will check though. No, I just want to log in. I don't want to sign up for a plan. I already have a plan. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. See, there's one downside to the system that I have. My system is that every year at Black Friday time, I cancel all of my subscriptions and I sign up again with a new email address. But it's
Oh my God,
hard.
you just reminded me that MGM sent me
They send
an
you like a
offer
code.
for like half off for the year.
See, you should take them up on that.
Now I
I'm
gotta
ho-
find that email.
I gotta check and see if I canceled MGM Plus because otherwise I'm still paying for it and I'm not sure why. Okay, so I'm not using it. All right, Over the Garden Wall is definitely on Hulu. It's on Hulu. So you can watch it there. If you have it, I hope you do. If not, Heather, just DM me on Instagram and we'll talk. India says she started watching Buffy. I'm so excited, and finished the episode of season 1 where Xander was possessed by a hyena or something. Yes, I know it well. They eat the principal. Principal Flutie is dead now. I love that episode. It's bad. It's bad and weird, and it's also good. India loves Christina Ricci. I think I used to watch a lot of Tim Burton stuff when I was younger, but at that time, I didn't know who was Tim Burton. My classmates were big fans of him, though. Just finished Interview with the Vampire season 1. Now
Yes.
you're speaking Takira's language because I do not watch it. Man, that was messy and dramatic, intense, and I want to watch season 2, but I don't want to pay for a plan.
Oh no, you need to watch season 2.
That's fair, girl. I'm with you. The subscriptions add up. I can't with all these
Yeah.
subscriptions. It's so irritating to me.
All I do is get them through Amazon, and then after I have them for a couple months, I go to cancel them, and then Amazon says, "Why would you cancel when we can just pay half price for 3 months?" And then I go, "Okay," and then I keep it.
That's fair. Anyway, my system is I cancel everything with the exception of things like Netflix and Prime because they don't give me deals.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. I cancel all my streaming services at Black Friday time and I create a new account because there's usually deals going on. Like I pay $3.99 for Disney Plus and Hulu a month.
I think I pay $1.99 for my Hulu right now.
I added Disney and it makes it $99. So strongly recommend that, although it is a lot to keep track of. So there's that. You have to write down your passwords and stuff. So I have to keep everything like
And
locked
like
up here. The new one that I made.
the day the subscription started, so
Yeah,
they
I
don't
know.
charge you the regular price after a while.
I just know as soon as I start seeing the TikTok videos that are like, you can get the Hulu for $1.99 for the whole year, and I'm like, oh, it's time. It's time. I've hit my season. India says I saw some clips of season 2 and I want to watch it so bad because the sneak peeks of season 3 for Interview of the Vampire, aka the Vampire Lestat, looks so good yet chaotic at the same time. I have seen some previews of it. Like I don't watch. I was never like Interview with the Vampire the movie. I think from like the 90s, pretty peak for me. Like depiction of Anne Rice content. Not a huge Anne Rice fan. Never have been. Meh. Um, but that version was really good. But something about the child vampire thing just really messed me up. I can't handle that. Being stuck as a child your whole that's horrible.
It's so weird because she doesn't look like a child for this one.
Well, they probably had to because it was so inappropriate.
Yeah.
It's wildly inappropriate, the whole concept. It's disgusting. Anne
But
Rice, what were you thinking when you wrote that?
this this version is very brown, so I have a high appreciation for
Oh, yeah, it is. Definitely.
it.
There's a lot of I would say there's a lot I don't want to even use the term really diversity, but yeah, representation, I guess. Is the term I would use?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um how much is AMC Plus? Okay, so India, what I do for AMC Plus, I don't know if this is what you do, Takira. I feel like you do. I add it through Prime,
Yep.
and I feel like it's $7.99, but I cannot remember.
And then after 2 months, it'll be like $3.99 if you threaten to cancel
hmm
it.
Something like that. I feel like it's around $7.99, and I have it because of Walking Dead content. I have to have it for Squawking Dead for the podcast. So
I mean, I say that I didn't cancel MGM because of From, which is true, but I also live tweeted Earth Abides, and I also live tweet the
you
Institute.
live tweeted Earth Abides?
Hmm.
How did I not know that? We were covering it.
Really?
We covered it.
What the hell?
You didn't know that, did you?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, we covered it on Squawking Dad. It was just um I feel like Sharon D and Rachel dropped out really early. It was like just me and Dave that did it. But we both
What?
really liked it.
I did too. I
Um
loved it. I
and
loved it.
I was listening to the book as we were doing it.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I like, and I hate to use this word, and we've had this conversation before, but I'll say I became friendly with Jessica Francis Dukes, the
Jessica
lead
France. Oh,
actress.
yes, 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 yes. Sorry. Yes. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've thought about it, honestly.
Like she follows me on all the socials now.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was highly appreciative of like the live tweeting.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
So now I live tweet the Institute, and that's also on MGM. So
Yes, correct. I know I was thankful for Earth Abides because at least then like my MGM Plus thing was serving a purpose at the time. I
hmm
canceled it. Looks like I canceled it. I don't have it anymore.
the
India's
Institute has really excellent reviews.
it well, I love Mary Louise Parker.
Yeah.
That alone is enough really to get me to watch. India says, have watched the movie version of Interview with the Vampire, but I definitely agree with Kira. This version is so good. I even got my sister into the show, and she's not a gory thriller type of girl. I do have Prime, so maybe I'll add it through there. It's easier for me to have it on Prime. I don't know why. Plus the AMC Plus app, like on its own,
It's yeah.
it wasn't great. It might be better now because this was like a couple years ago. I've had it for like 2 years, I think already. But when it first came out, that app was straight trash.
It's one of the only apps that I actually prefer. Like some other apps, I have them through Prime because there was some kind of special through Prime, and
Yeah.
and I did it. But that's the only one where I had the original app, and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna pay for this through Prime.
Yeah. Yeah. It was not a good app. So
Yeah.
Through Prime is better. If it's better now, let me know, but it was really bad when it first came out. And it also gives you access to Shutter content
Hmm.
on Prime, which is nice. Because
And a little
I
bit of BBC, right?
Yeah, I think so. I wanted to watch BBC America. I
Mhm.
wanted, which doesn't hardly have any actual British television shows. It's they just air episodes of Star Trek Next Gen because of Patrick Stewart. I
Uh,
Why else are they airing
yeah.
it? I don't is that the reason? I don't know. That's my guess. I have no idea why. I mean, it's a good show, but like why? Why is that what you have in syndication? I don't know. But I liked Creep Show,
Oh yeah.
and that was through Shutter. And then also I do like watching Joe Bob Briggs, given the opportunity. So
And I just want to say, Welcome to Derry is coming out. I don't even know what channel it's coming on.
I have
And then,
no idea what that's going to be on.
yeah, me either.
HBO? Is it HBO? I swear to God, if it's Showtime, I'm going to set myself on fire.
Let me see. Because I'll have to set myself on fire too if it's Showtime. I'm not paying for
I'm
Showtime.
not doing this. I'm
Yeah,
not
I'm
doing
not.
this. You guys
I'm not.
cannot do this to me. You can't keep doing this and getting away with it.
Let's see. I was hoping it would come on MGM like his other show is.
Indy wants to know what shows we're watching now. I am currently watching Wednesday,
I'm watching The Institute.
and other than that, let me think. My husband and I have been watching The Last Kingdom,
What else are we watching?
which is like a kind of like a Vikings invading Britain show, which has been pretty good. I really like that. And then we were also watching an anime called Dandadan,
So,
which
since
is pretty good.
you since you said it first, now I don't have to feel so bad because
What?
almost everything else we're watching is anime.
Okay, no, lay it on me. I want to know.
Dr. Stone has a new episode, so
Okay, Travis just put that on the other day, so we were just watching it like last night, and I was like, "What is this?" Because I came home and it's like so funny and weird, and I was like, "What is this show?" Because he's like going off on one of his like genius tangents, so he's like yelling about the gunpowder or whatever. I was like, "Dude, what is this?" And so
it's actually a show that like when it comes out, we're like, there's a new
it's
episode.
funny. It's funny. Yeah, it's funny. I get it. I get it.
What was the other one we were watching? We're watching like four animes right now. Oh, Alice in Borderland.
Okay,
I'm rewatching it because I don't know if y'all even up on it, but season 4 is about to
I
come out in
I haven't watched
September.
it, but I have seen people talking about it.
Yeah, it's a new season coming, so we've been watching that. Demon Slayer has a new season coming, so we've been watching that. Um, babe, what we've been watching? Anime. I said um Dr. Stone already.
Okay, well, I need to know, have you watched Dan to Dan?
No, but he does.
Okay, you need to watch it. That show's ridiculous.
I
I'm
feel like
shocked. I'm shocked you haven't watched it. It's so weird.
I feel like he definitely tried to put it on, but sometimes like I don't know, especially because I've been reading a lot of Stephen King because before
Mm,
the first episode premiered, I read that. Now I'm reading A Long Walk.
okay.
Um, and there's like five more books that because his story started to interconnect. So I'm trying to
Oh,
read all the interconnections. So after this, I have like five.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. That's fun. Something different. India says HBO Max, she thinks, for Welcome to Derry, which
Thank
would be
God.
good. I need it to
Yeah.
be on something I already have. I think you should watch Dan to Dan. It's super weird. It is so weird. I cannot emphasize that enough. But I think you might like it.
I feel like he tried to put it on for me and I didn't pay attention, but I do that often because I have a lot of I have
I get it.
Nicolandria going on my phone and
Girl, sometimes I'm just sitting there and I'm honestly just playing solitaire while something is on TV. Second screening is like a big thing for me right now. I don't know. Shut my brain off.
we binged like three animes and now I can't remember the name of literally any of them. One was like
You catching up to Shield Hero?
oh yeah, Shield Hero.
Shield Hero. That sounds really familiar to me. Is that the one?
Or
Is Shield Hero the one where they're like they travel from like Japan into like a different world? And
Yeah.
he's
Mhm.
like the hero, but he's like a reluctant hero.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. We did watch that. See, the thing is Travis he'll like binge it and I can't. I like end up going to bed or whatever. So I'll catch like lots of a part of anime, but I won't watch the whole thing. Always. So thank you, India. It will be on HBO Max. Thank you for looking that up. You're sweet. All right, well, we're going to wrap up because we have digressed into talking about so many other things. But we will be back next week, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to talk about the final episode of the first season of The Jinx. I'm very excited.
And
And
because we were talking about these channels, I'm sorry to
no,
interrupt.
go ahead.
I just wanted to let you know there will be no Hulu soon.
There'll be no Hulu?
Yeah.
Why do
It's
you say that?
apparently going bye-bye.
Is it being taken in by Disney?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I was like, because they just remarketed their bundle again. They added in another network.
That's probably because they're going to remove Hulu and merge it all.
Yeah, great. Great. Disney becomes yet more powerful.
Yeah,
Great.
like I refuse to pay for Disney and now I'm pissed because I have to pay for Disney.
Yeah, you will. I'm actually gonna go to Hulu right now because I just saw like a thing that was like Hulu is now offering a bundle with Disney, ESPN, and now I can't remember what the fourth is. HBO Max. HBO Max. And this guy was like, "Congratulations, Cable, you're back. You won. You won again. You won again. You've got us back in your grips. Thank you." And I was like, "That's very true. This is
Yep.
Cable all over again." Yeah. Yep, they're all bundled together now.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, we get it. Stuff is busy sometimes. So if you're here, great. We would love that, India, if you could be here. But if not, that's okay too. I get it. As long as you keep coming back, even if it's a couple weeks in between, we miss you. We want to see you. Thank you to those of you who are here, India, Dave, Heather. Thank you so much for being here. We love you so much. You sweet, precious angel babies. Thank you to Kira for showing up in the clutch because I wasn't sure how this was going to go. I thought I was by myself for sure. And
No,
I
I was
was
yelling at
not ready.
everyone. You're making me late. Stop it. Come on, let's go. You're making me late.
I was not ready to be by myself for this. So we will talk about the Jinx next week, and then yeah, get yourselves prepared for as we enter into spooky season over the garden wall for some creepy cartoons.
Maybe I'll dress up.
Ooh, spooky. I really got to remember to go to Wegmans next week.
I'm gonna try to remember to text you.
This is imperative that I get the chickens out. We all have to know. It's the question everyone is dying to know the answer to. All right. We love you guys so much.
Love you guys.
Love you. Have a great weekend.